Today we're breaking down Trump's executive order 14248. The one he claims is about protecting the integrity of American elections. But you guys know it's not about protection, it's about control. Again, yeah. In this video, I'm going to show you what's really inside the order, how it tries to rewrite state laws, who it targets, why judges are calling it unconstitutional, and how it quietly lays the groundwork to seize control of U.S. elections from the inside out. If you've ever wondered how a democracy gets turned into a dictatorship without a single shot fired, this is how it starts. On March 25th, 2025, Donald Trump signed Executive Order number 14248, titled Preserving and Protecting the Integrity of American Elections. Well, that sounds harmless, right? Like something that we actually should all support. But behind the patriotic title is a massive federal power grab. Let's unpack what it does. Proof of citizenship. The order demands that all voters show documentary proof of U.S. citizenship, a passport, a birth certificate, or naturalization papers, just to register to vote. Just to register to vote. Now, here's the problem. Millions of legal voters don't have those documents on hand. Older Americans, rural voters, veterans, students, people who move frequently, they're the first ones locked out. Courts have already ruled that requirement unconstitutional because it violates the National Voter Registration Act. But Trump's team pushed it anyway. Federal takeover of voting machines. The EO orders all states to recertify every voting system under new security standards written by Trump's appointees. That means every machine, every piece of software, every tabulator all have to pass a new test created by Trump's administration. Well, if a state refuses, the federal government can withhold election funding or label that state's results non-compliant. That's not election security. That's election blackmail. Control over ballot boxes. This order tries to ban counting mail-in ballots received after Election Day, even if they were mailed on time, which directly violates state election laws in over 20 states. It would throw out legal votes from soldiers, seniors, and working families who mailed their ballots days earlier. That's not tightening security, that is deleting votes. Centralizing power in Washington. This EO forces states to share voter data with federal agencies. You know, the same agencies that are now filled with loyalists. It's the first step in turning decentralized state-run elections into a nationalized, federally monitored system. That doesn't seem good at all. So that means that one person at the top could decide which system is secure, which votes count, and which states comply. Yeah. The legal fallout. Within days, 19 states sued the Trump administration, calling the order unconstitutional and dangerous. Judges have already blocked key sections, like the citizenship proof and the ballot counting restrictions. One federal judge wrote, "The president cannot rewrite election laws on his own." That's a direct hit to the heart of this EO. But the fight's not over. Trump's legal team is pushing appeals, hoping to keep the order alive long enough to influence the 2026 elections. If this kind of deep dive helps you connect the dots behind the headlines, please like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps the algorithm show it to more people who need to see it. And if you'd like to help keep independent media alive, you can support my work directly. The links are in the description. Every dollar helps me stay independent, ad-free, and focused on bringing you real, verifiable information that the mainstream won't touch. All right, back to the order. What's really going on? So here's the bigger picture. This EO isn't just about 2025. It's about testing to see how far executive power can go before people push back. It's a political experiment dressed up as election reform. If Trump can normalize the takeover of elections now, it sets the stage for future administrations, or even his own third term, to decide which votes count. It's not about stopping fraud. It's about creating a legal excuse to override democracy when it doesn't go his way. Conclusion. So here's the truth. Trump's executive order 14248 doesn't protect elections. I'm sorry to say that it endangers them, but we're not surprised because that's what Trump does. It demands documents that most Americans don't have. It tries to put state-run systems under federal control. It weaponizes funding to punish non-compliant states, and it hands one man the power to decide which votes count and which don't. Judges have already started tearing it apart. States are suing, and people are waking up. But awareness is the only defense against deception. They call it integrity. They clearly don't know the definition of that word. I call it infiltration. This is how democracies die. Not with a bang, but with a signature. So stay loud and stay informed. And keep fighting for the one thing they are most afraid of, a nation that still believes in democracy. There are some weeks where Trump is just moving too fast for all of us to catch up. All the drama, all the distractions, all the lies, all the injustices, all the laws being broken by him. Some days it's a fire hose of information, and it's meant to distract us and keep us looking somewhere else. So I saw a video about all this the other day. Clearly it was an old video, and there was so much misinformation, so much fear and panic in the video that it was just full of somebody's worst nightmare. And I totally get that, but I thought it was important to make a video that was not emotionally driven, that was fact-driven, verifiable, and calm. This probably won't be my last video on this because I would like to at least arm you with things to look for if this EO ever starts to evolve as we get closer to the other elections. And I'm sure it will evolve. We're going to hear from judges. We're going to hear, pushback from both sides. So as this evolves, I'll be making more videos on it. But we do need to know what to look for. So yeah, stick around. There'll be more coming. Hug your dog and give your family a treat. Stay safe out there, guys. There's more coming.